Well, the government certainly has the technical capability to monitor your website. The government has absolutely no authority to knock on your door and tell you to clean up your website. Any corporation which has an insecure website, and certainly the multinationals, can jeopardize national security when the information flows horizontally from country to country. Would you like to elaborate on this, Andy?
But the reality is that I think governments need to be held to task, and we've got to stop playing the victim card, which we see every single day. And we've got to say, look, this is a systemic issue. What we've got to do is say, why aren't we making ourselves secure? Why are we allowing governments, healthcare centres, educational facilities all maintain an insecure position when we've got all of the metrics? We've got people making billions of dollars in the cybersecurity world, but not offering security, but the bells and whistles. It's a little bit like the schoolyard bully. They are looking for easy, weak targets, and my God, they're being served them up in droves. This week, British Airways, which again, some of you guys may know, some might not, British Airways had an incident in 2018 whereby, again, through misconfiguration and domain hijacking, a baways.com website was stood up as man-in-the-middle attack, and 360,000 people originally, it mushroomed up to nearly 500,000 people, actually bought their flights through a nefarious website. So their PII data was stolen, and they paid to a cyber gang a whole bunch of money for 6 days, just 6 days. BA were held accountable for that non-control and management of nefarious websites and man-in-the-middle attack, and they were originally fined by the ICO £120 million. It was the largest ever fine levied. That got reduced to £20 million, okay, from 128 to 20. But more importantly than that, BA are still running an F and 0 rated cyber rating posture today, 3 years after getting breached. So people are still compiling, putting their details into insecure websites, and BA are getting away with it. Worst of all of this, because of COVID-19, BA, who are owned by the Spanish organisation IAG, borrowed from the UK government £500 million. So not only are the taxpayers losing out, the taxpayers are supporting BA to stay in business. Look, I've become quite sceptical in the last 2 years because I've seen thousands and thousands of bloody cyber attacks. You've got to ask the question, which I do frequently: was it complacent or complicit, firstly? And two, in the US now, you can even get tax breaks for paying ransomware. I don't know if you saw that.
We all have a responsibility in this. Some corporations don't want to acknowledge it. They don't want to do anything about it. They want to sit back and hope it doesn't happen to them. I feel that by taking charge of this situation, they somehow believe that they are stigmatizing themselves. So they're going to let the hackers in and then worry about it and then cry that the government doesn't protect them. Andy, who or what agencies do you feel should hold SolarWinds accountable for their continued non-compliance when the taxpayers are having to foot the bill?
Wow. It's a really good question. It's one that I will try and be diplomatic in answering. I think at the present time, if you look at the amount of cyber attacks that are going on, I think the FBI, the NSA, indeed the CISA, are being pulled from left to right. They really are being punched left, right, and centre. At the same time, we're hitting a crossroads whereby this year alone, we're going to see around $6 trillion lost to cyber attacks, which will make it equivalent to the world's third largest economy behind China and America. China actually increased their economy GDP last year by 1%, the only country in the world not to see a 25 to 35% decrease. But the reality is, I think they're also busy. Education, healthcare, and telco companies, they're running the same F and 0 position and then crying about being cyber attacked. Can the FBI CIA, CISA, or the NSA go to the SolarWinds board and say, do your bloody jobs properly, or else we're going to fine you. I mean, I don't know the answer to that. I think legislation needs to change. And what I write about constantly, and this is something I think I really, really believe in, if the public were to take on board a credit rated index like a credit rating and say, I'm going to book my holiday or buy my insurance or get my mortgage through this company, but I've got an automated situation whereby if I put my details in, I think they may be taken because that website is not taking my security seriously.
Right.
That day will come, and that will drive the behavior. At the moment, we've got the carrot and cane situation. The carrot is so far away and people can't even see it. They don't understand that their website isn't secure and it's making them vulnerable. Equally, the cane at the back end, look at the BA example I gave you, 183 million fine down to 20 million, but lend them 500 million. You know, where's the incentive? And 3 years later, still the same position. Where is the cane effect happening there also? It's not.
Yeah.